Ladies and gentlemen, this is our main card as the PFL Smart Cage makes its debut here in London. The following is a light heavyweight showcase contest. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's a striking specialist and stands 6 feet 3 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 204 pounds. He enters the PFL Smart Cage with an undefeated record of 7 wins and no defeats. Fighting out of Natal, Brazil, King João Paulo Fagundes. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, he is a striking specialist. He stands 6 feet 5 inches tall and weighed in officially at 205 pounds. He also holds a perfect record consisting of 6 victories and no defeats. Fighting out of London, England, smooth Simeon Powell. Your referee in charge, Mark Goddard.
Mark Goddard will oversee the action in this light heavyweight showcase bout. Simeon Powell is in the yellow trunks. João Paulo Fagundes is in the gray. England versus Brazil in our first main card fight here at Copper Box Arena. Sean O'Connell, Kenny Florian, Randy Couture beside the PFL Smart Cage. A jab from Simeon Powell and he evades the return fire. Two undefeated fighters squaring off in front of us right now, Randy. Having that O on the record, more pressure or less for these individuals? Because there's wiggle room if you've only had, well, if you had 0 losses.
Well, you know, it's really up to the mindset of the individual on that. Some guys want to covet that and stay undefeated. Some guys don't worry too much about the wins and losses. It's more about their progression as an athlete as they move through their career.
Simeon Powell has landed 2 very heavy calf kicks to that left leg of Fagundes.
Fagundes stalking Simeon Powell down. Powell doing a good job of feeling that presence in the cage, not letting him go back, pushed all the way up against the barrier. Good jab, right hand return from João Paulo Fagundes. Big left. Simeon Powell's going to have to watch out for all of these powerful strikes. Lands a precise jab of his own though. Chris Wade getting warm backstage, part of the co-main event. Featherweight semifinal against Brendan Loughnane. Simeon Powell and João Paulo Fagundes going back and forth. And there's a third of those huge calf kicks.
Oh, those are very heavy. You see Fagundes definitely feeling those. He's stepping a little bit heavier on that lead leg now. That's going to be very difficult for him as he tries to pursue and cut off the cage against a very talented and young Simeon Powell.
I like Powell's lateral motion, keeping out of that distance, using that jousting jab.
Yeah, looking very sharp. Beautiful flick jab there to keep Fagundes on the outside. You have to watch out for Fagundes, though. He'll pursue, not throw, and then he blitzes just like that.
Double underhooks here for Simeon Powell, who's able to turn Fagundes into the cage. High underhooks. Difficult for João Paulo Fagundes to counter. See what Simeon Powell can do with it.
This is where you got to watch out for those knees from Simeon Powell. Curious to see if Simeon Powell starts to go to a Thai-style clinch instead of this double unders.
Yeah, I like the double unders if your intention is to trip the guy or catch the guy and take him to the mat.
Right.
But I don't think that's Simeon Powell's goal here.
Exactly, yeah. I believe Fagundes is going to have the advantage if this fight hits the ground. Perhaps Simeon Powell has other plans.
And Fagundes tries a knee up the middle.
Powell does a good job of repummeling, getting back to double underhook position.
So he's established that he can get to this point, but what do you do with it? He lets go of the double unders. A couple punches to the body of João Paulo Fagundes. Good head position by Simeon Powell. In control for now. 90 seconds remain in the first round.
Surprised Simeon hasn't used more knees from this position. Now he's tacking the body with punches and breaks away.
Back to the center of the smart cage. Simeon Powell continues to work behind his long jab.
Excellent lateral footwork there by Simeon Powell, and turns back to the center of the cage.
High kick partially blocked by Fagundes, who now swings away. But Simeon Powell keeping him out at the end of the punches. That time it landed for Fagundes.
This is the kind of fight that Fagundes wants. He has a tremendous chin. We've seen him battle back in other fights. Fagundes loves this style of fight.
Goading Simeon Powell into some offense, and there's a takedown from the Brit.
Simeon Powell trying to show a new wrinkle to his game here, Sean.
One thing that's impressed me about Simeon Powell, from what we've seen so far, going back to his bout we call him the Challenger Series, he's relatively disciplined for especially a young fighter.
Yes.
Clinton Williams tried to get him into a brawl. Fagundes just tried to get him into a brawl, and he stayed long, stayed smart, and he finds himself in top position because of it.
Yep, Fagundes almost hit that John Wayne sweep there. Powell now postures up.
Final few seconds of the first round. Simeon Powell sends a right hand down.
Big hammer fist.
Mark got him, stops it.
Bringing that pressure, trying to land those shots, those blitzing attacks is where Simeon Powell really has to be careful, but his lateral movement was on point, his countering was on point, and that long kick was on point. We also can't forget about those calf kicks to that lead leg of Fagundes taking effect as well.
Some nice shoulder rolls by Powell there to stave off some of those blows.
Now he's got a composure that's far beyond his years, only 23 years old. And Fagundes can fight.
As is evidenced by his undefeated pro mixed martial arts record, Simeon Powell in the yellow trunks, João Paulo Fagundes in the gray. Sean O'Connell, Randy Couture, and Kenny Florian cage side for this light heavyweight showcase bout.
Nice second effort by Simeon Powell. He missed on the first attempt, level change again, right back on those hips, and gets the takedown.
It's going to be scary if he continues to work on his grappling skills. This is great experience for someone like Simeon.
You can cover your mouth, it's not no
British MMA icon Dan Hardy has joined us for this episode of PFL Playoff Action. Dan, what are you seeing?
Well, from the very first opening bell, Fagundes was looking for that right hand over the top of Simeon Powell's jab, but Simeon landed a key calf kick, which really has taken away a lot of the stability. If you watch the lead leg of Fagundes, you'll see the knee buckling a little bit. That's because that calf has been damaged, which means now he can't plant his weight on that lead leg to throw the right hand, and there it is one more time.
He's
as if on
Dan.
cue, Dan Hardy, and João Paulo Fagundes switched stances there for a second. His lead leg is in serious. And there's another.
He's gonna finish down.
That's going to be the end of the fight if Simeon Powell does not want to engage on the ground. João Paulo Fagundes can't use that lead leg.
Yeah, he's trying to wake up that lead leg. My goodness.
Here from Simeon Powell.
That's it.
Goddard waves it up. And the calf kicks from the local boy.
What a clinical performance from Simeon Powell.
Your referee, Mark Goddard, calls an end to this contest on 1 minute and 56 seconds of round number 2. Declaring your winner via TKO, Smooth Simeon Powell.
I like the shoes.
Thank you. All right, I'm here with the winner, Smooth Simeon Powell. The local boy makes good in Copper Box Arena. For those who don't know, Simeon fought earlier this year in the PFL Challenger Series to earn this opportunity. That was in Orlando, Florida. Is this what you foresaw when you won that fight, that you could get a moment like this?
Yeah, man, just fighting back home with all the support is crazy, and
you displayed a little bit of everything in this fight, a couple of takedowns, but Kenny Florian identified it early. It was the calf kicks that really changed this fight. Did you scout that out from him on film?
Yeah, so I landed 2 or 3 in the first round, and then my coach pointed out to me, we saw it was marked up, and then second round we just went for it.
Precision and timing on those was absolutely perfect. You remain undefeated. So now the question is, what's next? Do you want to fight on the championship card coming up later? Do you think you've done enough to earn a spot in the PFL global season and chase that $1 million championship?
Hey, they know. The fans will tell you I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to put on a show. Trust me. Trust me. Let's go.
Still undefeated, smooth, Simeon Powell. Still to come, a little showcase bout action. Hassna Gaber, Moroccan now fighting out of Egypt, will take on another local, Dakota Ditcheva, the daughter of a champion kickboxer, has made the transition to mixed martial arts. What does her future look like? Here's our tale of the tape, brought to you by Bud Light. Hassna Gaber is 12 years older than Dakota Ditcheva. Ditcheva is 3 inches taller, has an 11-inch reach on the arms, but only a 1-inch reach advantage on the legs. Andy Shepard, take it away.
The following is a 2023 PFL Europe qualifying contest in the women's flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. She is a kickboxing specialist, standing 5 feet 5 inches tall. She went in officially at 125 pounds and holds a professional record of 4 wins and a single defeat. Fighting out of Rabat, Morocco, this Hassna Gaber. And her opponent fighting out of the red corner. She's a Muay Thai specialist and stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. She weighed in officially at 126 pounds and holds a professional record of 5 victories and no defeats. Fighting out of Manchester, England, Dakota Ditcheva.
That's where Dakota Ditcheva's world championship pedigree comes from. Her mother, the former world champion kickboxer.
Referee in charge, Rich Mitchell.
Rich Mitchell to oversee the action for this PFL Europe qualifier. Dakota Ditcheva
ready
in the maroon.
Ready. Let's go.
Hassna in the gray. No touch of the gloves. We are underway at 125 pounds. Ditcheva switching stances. Slips outside of the range of Hassna Gaber and slaps her with a jab.
Hassna throwing some serious bombs, overhand shots. Ditcheva utilizing that long range with her kicks, keeping her on the outside.
Nice slip and rip there from Dakota. Push kick drops Hassna Gaber, and then the right hand after it.
Nice job by Dakota keeping that underhook shallow, using that elbow to frame her out and keep distance where she can create some space and let her hands go in this clinch range.
Gaber looking out of her element here. She's hurt to the body. That's it.
The end of the fight. Rich Mitchell waves it off the knee. Andy Shepard has the official call.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Rich Mitchell has called a stop to the action at 58 seconds of round number 1, declaring your winner via submission due to strikes, Dakota Ditcheva.
Dakota stayed calm. Hassna really was looking for some big shots. Dakota kept the proper range, had some great kicks. Here's one going upstairs, landed right on the neck, Muay Thai style. Here she is using that teep to the body that knocked Hassna down. followed up with a little blitz there. Hassna did her best to try to get to a clinch position, but it was these knees. There's the kick again. Gets her off base. Beautifully timed shot there. And here are the knees. You go for the underhooks, you open the body. Just well placed. Right to the gut. You see Hassna feel that. She's looking at the ref. She says she wants out. She's like, I'm good. Yeah, no more of those. Just precision. It doesn't need to be a big shot. It just needs to be an accurate shot right to the body. Those are the shots that will fold anybody. Beautiful signature Muay Thai strikes from that clinch. Excellent head position. And there's Conan, one of the head coaches over at American Top Team. He is a happy coach. And Caroline Pierce is with Dakota's mom. Caroline.
I am indeed. Lisa, I know you have every confidence in your daughter, but did you expect the finish to be as fast as that?
No, I mean, I can't say I did. At this level, I hoped, and I expected it to have gone a bit further. It's a lot of training that she's put in, a lot of commitment and a long time, and I know, although she, you know, it's great to have a fast finish, I know she would have wanted it to go that little bit further.
And in terms of the finish, talk about the knees. I'm sure that's something you've drilled and she's practiced many times in training. Talk us through the finish. I know you're watching the replay as well.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see it actually from where I was sitting, but watching it back on the replay, you know, I've been at the end of those knees wearing, you know, a thick body pad, and I know her training colleagues will say the same thing, those knees hurt. I think it's deceiving because she's such a slight build, but she is so powerful, and I know in the gym when she uses those knees, it's difficult to deal with.
Outstanding performance. I'm sure you're a very proud mum. Back to you, Sean.
All right, Caroline, I am here with our winner, Dakota Ditcheva, victorious, still undefeated in your mixed martial arts career. So the finish, a little confusing, right? The knee lands and she waves it off. I didn't see it. You didn't know what was going on. When did it sink in that, oh, I just won this fight?
When he jumped in and stopped it, I was a little bit like, well, what's going on, to be honest, because I knew the knee hit the stomach and not the private, so I didn't know what the stoppage was, to be honest. But
immediately after, you were pretty emotional. You've dried the tears right now. Explain for me those feelings.
It's just been a long time coming. Like this, obviously PFL have just given me like my dream. This is kind of everything I've worked for. So to finally be able to come and perform on a stage like this is just what I've been working towards my whole life. So it's a big moment for me. Obviously, my first fight out of ATT as well in America. So I wanted to do them proud and put on a performance for Conan and show him like the start of the journey that we're on now.
Well, the journey will continue because you just qualified for the 2023 PFL Europe season. Still undefeated, Dakota Ditcheva. Andy Shepard, to you, sir.
The following fight is a featherweight semi-final contest. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a wrestling specialist and stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 146 pounds. In 23 professional fights, he has amassed a record of 18 victories and 5 defeats. Fighting out of Las Vegas by way of Virginia Beach, he is the number 3 seed, Bubba Badman Jenkins. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, he is also a wrestling specialist and stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 145 pounds and holds a record of 11 wins, 3 defeats, and a single draw. Fighting out of Tokyo, Japan, he is the number 2 seed, Ryoji Kudo. Your referee in charge, Mark Goddard.
Mark Goddard will police this affair. 3 5-minute rounds of featherweight action, and more importantly, a trip to the PFL World Championship bout at stake. Bubba Jenkins in the gray trunks in the southpaw stance, Kudo in the green. High kick attempt there from Jenkins, who closes the distance, and there's a shot right off the bat, no surprise.
Jenkins did a great job of cutting off the cage with that big right kick. Immediately goes for that clinch and takedown, suplex by Jenkins.
Randy Couture likes to call those frequent flyer miles.
That's absolutely what he got right there. And here's the thing. It looks impressive, but doesn't really do anything to help you win the fight. You spend a ton of energy to hit that suplex, but it doesn't really put you in a position to win the fight.
Unless, of course, you could scramble right to the top, and Kudo is making sure that is not easy for Bubba Jenkins. But this is where Bubba Jenkins excels. He presses people against the cage and just pushes and grinds. And now Ryoji Kudo is able to flip the script, at least for now.
For me, my concern is, Jenkins clearly showing dominance with his grappling, but is he pacing himself properly early in this round?
And we're used to seeing him get that takedown and hover over a guy and grind on him for an entire round. Ryoji Kudo did a great job of fighting hands, using the cage, getting back to his feet, and here we are.
We talk a lot about Ryoji Kudo's power because of all the knockouts on his record and, of course, how he punched his ticket to this fight. But he himself specialized in wrestling for the majority of his martial arts career, from childhood.
Oh, look at this.
He's got it.
Kudo, and it's under the neck.
Tight.
Bubba Jenkins
Forces the tap.
forces the tap.
Wow.
Bubba Badman Jenkins first round finish.
Referee Mark Goddard calls an end to the contest at 1 minute and 49 seconds of round number 1, declaring your winner via submission with a rear naked choke and progressing to the 2022 PFL World Championship, Bubba Badman Jenkins.
Moment for Bubba Badman Jenkins.
Here's a suplex, or belly to back, as we like to call it in Greco-Roman wrestling. Beautiful 6-point move in Greco-Roman wrestling right there. And he's not going to do it once, he's going to do it twice. Amazing technique and show of horsepower by Bubba Jenkins. Here's a knee to the body. He uses a little whip over, inside trip to a whip over, comes right out on Ryoji Kudo's back, secures both hooks, and has the choke cinched before they even hit the ground. That was very deep, very impressive. Amazing mat sense by Bubba Jenkins to know exactly where he was at. There's a celebration by Bubba Jenkins, who punches his ticket into the PFL Finals.
All right, Bubba Jenkins getting to the final in impressive fashion. He will advance to the championship round. He will await the winner of Chris Wade and Brendan Loughnane, and we have our winner with Sean O'Connell. Sean.
All right, thank you, Ken. Here I am in the Smart Cage with our winner and headed to a PFL championship bout, Bubba Badman Jenkins. Now, Bubba, there was a time in your career where people talked about Bubba's a wrestler, Bubba's just a wrestler. We just saw kickboxing to cut off the cage and then a couple of suplexes. That's old school wrestling, right? And we saw a little judo to get it back to the ground, some jiu-jitsu to finish it, maybe a little Muay Thai in the middle with that knee. Is it safe to say now that Bubba Jenkins is a complete mixed martial artist?
I gotta speak to God before I speak to man, so that is the respect that I give. I speak in my heavenly language. Thank you, Father, for the victory. Now back to your question. I'm here. Them soon knows what I keep saying. Them soon know who I am. Some people do know. My coaches know. The people who have been and grinding with me, they know. But Badman is here, and them soon know what we already been knowing, that I am one of the best fighters in the world, and I'm not only mixing it up, I'm being a bad man.
And a win away from $1 million. Now, the theme this week has been WWW, We Want Wade. Chris Wade takes on Brendan Loughnane in the next semifinal. Do you still want Wade?
Listen, I'll take any one of them boys that make it out the other side. We want Wade because we want to get that revenge, but Loughnane's a hell of a fighter. We're here in his hometown. I'm excited for the performance that they're about to put on for the PFL and for all of these audiences. I'm about to go grab some popcorn, and we're going to see what it is. Who's got next?
Headed to a championship, Bubba Badman Jenkins. Stay on the tape brought to you by Bud Light for this women's lightweight semifinal. Olena Kolesnyk is 4 years older than Larissa Pacheco. She is also 3 inches taller. She weighed in at the lightweight limit. It was 155 for Larissa, who had what she called her cleanest weight cut yet. 1 inch reach advantage on the arms, favoring Larissa Pacheco. A 4-inch advantage goes to Olena Kolesnyk on the legs. Andy Shepard, to you.
The following is a women's lightweight semi-final fight. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. She is a boxing specialist and stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. She weighed in officially at 156 pounds and enters the PFL Smart Cage with a professional record of 7 wins, 4 losses, and 1 no contest. Fighting out of Odessa, Ukraine, she is the number 4 seed, Cannon, Olena Kolesnyk. And her opponent fighting out of the red corner. She is a jiu-jitsu specialist and stands 5 feet 6 inches tall. Weighed in officially at 155 pounds and holds a professional record of 17 wins and 4 defeats. Fighting out of Marituba, Brazil, she is the number 1 seed, Larissa Pacheco. Your referee in charge, Rich Mitchell.
Rich Mitchell will oversee the action. Larissa Pacheco's in the blue, Olena Kolesnyk is in the gray. And if you watch their last fight, Randy, it was Olena Kolesnyk who got off to the fast start and then ran right on to a Larissa Pacheco right hand, which proved to be the end of that fight. We'll see how the feeling out process goes. Kolesnyk in the southpaw stance.
I mean, if you don't have Larissa Pacheco as one of the hardest hitting females in the sport, you haven't been paying attention. Has tremendous striking.
That being said, she's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu on top of that. So I mean, she's a well-rounded fighter.
Yeah, you're not safe on the ground either. Kolesnyk, though, has made major improvements since they last fought.
Larissa, 21 fights into her professional career at only 27 years of age. There's Kayla Harrison watching backstage. She'll take Martina Jindrová on in the cage coming up later. So a longer feeling out process than I expected because of the blitzing style we've seen from Larissa Pacheco so far this year.
I think the last matchup between these two, it was Kolesnyk that came out blazing and got caught with one. She's a little more calculated this time, trying to find her way in, find her range and rhythm.
Yeah, I think this is a smarter approach for her. Oh, big right hand there by Pacheco.
And a hard kick to follow it up as Olena Kolesnyk circles out, trying to recover here. Good job changing direction. A nice check hook from Olena Kolesnyk.
She shrugs it off like, eh.
Pacheco now turning up the aggression, chasing down Olena Kolesnyk. Trying to line up another one of those right hands. Every time it's landed this year, Kenny, it has been devastating.
Well, you see her, she really sits down on her punches. She's generating her power from the floor, from her legs, and she has been very accurate as well.
There's definitely no wasted energy here by either one of these athletes.
Oh, that was a devastating left hook.
Right uppercuts from Larissa Pacheco and another first round finish.
Your referee, Rich Mitchell, has called an end to this bout at 2 minutes and 9 seconds of round number 1, declaring your winner via TKO and progressing to the 2022 PFL World Championship, Larissa Pacheco.
There's the Bud Light Championship moment for Larissa Pacheco. She advances to the 2022 PFL Women's Lightweight Championship bout. Who will be her opponent? We'll find out in our main event. Dan Hardy, please illustrate for me just how that kind of power is generated.
So the key to me for this one was weapon selection. What you'll see is Kolesnyk from a southpaw stance using that lead right hand and lead right hook. That's what she was able to catch Pacheco with the first time they faced off. But this time around, she relied on it too much. What you'll see is Pacheco walking her down against the fence, and she's going to lead with this right hand down the pipe. But she's also staying around this side of her opponent, so Kolesnyk is being forced towards this right hand. But the benefit is, as we roll this on, guys, you'll see the pump the lead jab, and the right hand comes out. You're going to see her circle back and realign her opponent again. She's going to go right hand, and then she's going to fire one right hand before the left hook. Now, the key is that she goes right hand, which lowers the rear shoulder, so she can pull it back for that power left hook. It's a beautiful shot. She goes right hand, rear shoulder, comes back with the left hook. That's how she generates such devastating power at close range.
All right, Sean O'Connell here inside the PFL Smart Cage with our winner and headed to a 2022 PFL Women's Lightweight Championship, Larissa Pacheco. Larissa, that is 5 first-round finishes in a row. Is there anything in this division that can slow you down?
São 5 finalizações no primeiro round, numa sequência. Tem alguma coisa, alguma pessoa que pode te parar nessa divisão?
No momento, ninguém.
No one can stop me.
So we saw you hit the right hand several times, and she stayed standing with the right hand. We thought you were lining it up again, but then it was the left hook that landed that dropped her. Power in both hands. Which is your favorite weapon?
Você estava, enfim, marcando ela com a mão direita muitas vezes, mas ela continuava em pé. Foi a mão esquerda, o hook, que derrubou. Qual é a mão favorita?
As duas, uma ajuda a outra, né? E elas acabam caindo.
I'd say the two of them. One hand helps the other, and then eventually they end up falling.
It's no secret you've wanted revenge because the only losses you've had in the last 7 years have come to the same woman, Kayla Harrison. Do you think she wins tonight and you face her in a championship?
Não é segredo para ninguém, isso aqui é uma revanche. As suas únicas derrotas dos últimos 7 anos foram para Kayla. Você quer que ela ganhe hoje para você ter essa revanche?
Com certeza, quero que ela ganhe. Eu acho que ela é a número 1 até agora, né? A campeã, ainda é a campeã, mas eu cheguei para destronar ela e a gente vai fazer um grande combate na final, tenho certeza.
Absolutely, I'm rooting for Kayla. She's currently the number 1. She's the current champion, but I came here to reign the parade, and we're going to make one hell of a fight in the finals.
Larissa Pacheco, headed to a championship. Congratulations. Parabéns to Larissa Pacheco, Kayla Harrison with a grin, and perhaps a third fight in that rivalry to come. Tail the tape for this semifinal brought to you by Puncher's Chance. Kentucky Bourbon. Chris Wade at 34 is 2 years older than Brendan Loughnane. He is also 1 inch taller. 1 inch reach on the arms favors Brendan Loughnane. Chris Wade has 4 inch longer legs. Andy Shepard, to you.
The following contest is a featherweight semi-final fight. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a striking specialist and stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 145 pounds and holds a record of 23 wins and 4 losses. 12 victories coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Manchester, England, he is the number 4 seed, Brendan Loughnane. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner. He is a wrestling specialist and stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 145 pounds. In 29 professional fights, he has amassed a record of 22 wins and 7 defeats. Fighting out of Islip, New York, he is the number 1 seed, Chris Wade. Your referee in charge, Gary Copeland.
Gary Copeland will try and keep things civilized. I hope he fails. Chris Wade in the green, Brendan Loughnane in the gray. Southpaw stance for Wade. No touch of the gloves, none expected. A trip to the PFL World Championship later this year is on the line.
Loughnane switching leads back and forth, trying to figure out where he's going to be comfortable to find his range.
And there's a nice counter for Loughnane. He's getting off to a good start here against Wade.
This is what Wade wants. Close the distance, grab a hold of Brendan Loughnane, pushes him to the cage right in front of our broadcast position. Good knee from Chris Wade as Brendan Loughnane tried to turn Wade's back to the cage. Firm little shoulder punch there from Brendan Loughnane.
Yeah, very slick. Nice head positions, back and forth.
Nice work by Loughnane to separate himself, get off the cage.
And I think that's a really underestimated aspect of Loughnane game is his wrestling.
Predominantly uses it in a defensive fashion, but we saw him against Ryoji Kudo use it offensively as well. So it's definitely there, the skill set that he doesn't use often.
Trained a lot with the Dagestani crew.
It was Moulid Haibulaev, the eventual Season 3 champion, that knocked Brendan Loughnane out of the playoffs last season.
Oh, big head kick by Wade. Oh, that hurt Loughnane, I think.
Chris Wade started the headlock and then thought wiser of it, turned back, and Loughnane went down. Wade ends up in the guard.
We'll get a replay on that head kick when we can, but that looked like shin on back of the head.
Yeah, he kind of just dropped to guard, Sean. That would be an unusual move for Loughnane. I believe he was hurt, but Wade in a great position here.
Right as I was telling the story, Brendan Loughnane lost to Moulid Haibulaev, mostly because of Haibulaev's wrestling advantage. So Loughnane said, I gotta fix that. He went and trained with Moulid Haibulaev and company. But now he finds himself closed guard underneath Chris Wade. Kicks off, gets back to his feet. Wade rushes in to push him against the cage once more.
Good defense on the ground from Loughnane. Good job getting those leg frames in, pushing on the hips of Wade. Right back to his feet he goes.
High kick attempted there from Brendan Loughnane to the approval of this London crowd.
Oh!
Big nice hand.
It's a nice switch by
right hand by Loughnane.
Loughnane switching back and forth, giving different looks on the offense. It's confusing Chris Wade's D.
Yeah, he's looking a little frustrated on the feet, is Chris Wade.
And there is the entry. Nice balance here for Brendan Loughnane so far.
With a snatch single by Chris Wade, head outside single now, trying to find a way to dump. Loughnane grabbing a hold of those hips, trying to find a cross face and keep himself standing.
Nice adjustment there from Chris Wade to keep that control.
High single attempt by Chris Wade, now head inside.
We're closing in on 60 fights total, pro fights between these two men. Neither have ever been finished. Chris Wade, never been finished in 30 pro fights. Brendan Loughnane, in 27, never been finished.
Oh, Loughnane is fired up.
Seeing the confidence now in Loughnane. He's kind of taking everything Chris Wade has to offer. He's finding his range of rhythm.
Landed a sharp low calf kick, and there's the jab paying off for Loughnane. We saw that calf kick pay dividends in the fight earlier tonight. There's 3 in a row for Loughnane. Gary Copeland's got to get out of the way.
This is the best we've seen Brendan Loughnane as far as overall mixed martial arts, his footwork, his ability to see things coming.
Now it's Brendan Loughnane shooting on Chris Wade.
Got to be careful. Chris Wade's very good from this front choke position.
Final 10 seconds of a very interesting round number one. Wade back to his feet. A little footwheel attempt by Brendan Loughnane, and Gary Copeland will step in. Round two next. Welcome back to London. Sean O'Connell, Randy Couture, Kenny Florian. Randy, the replays, please.
Here we go. Chris Wade with the high kick right off the neck of Brendan Loughnane. Very unusual. You see the legs. He thinks about the headlock, turns back, and Loughnane goes down to the ground, which tells me that Loughnane was probably hurt by that kick. And now here, right across the lips of Chris Wade, Brendan Loughnane with a right kick of his own. There's a big, solid left hand. Loughnane switching leads and being very confusing.
Round two, you ready, Blue?
We have ourselves a very spicy fight, gentlemen.
Chris Wade once again in the southpaw stance in the green trunks. Brendan Loughnane will switch stances in the gray. And a tough to score. Another beautiful jab from Brendan Loughnane. There's a knee from Loughnane.
You know, in Loughnane's first two fights here in the PFL this season, he seemed tight, he seemed hesitant. We're seeing a much looser, much more relaxed and effective Brendan Loughnane tonight.
This is the Loughnane we saw in 2021.
Absolutely.
Where's this fight happening? We'll take a look at the Acronis fight tracker. It's all over the place is where it's happening, but taking the center of the cage. There's the fourth low calf kick for Brendan Loughnane and a jab paying dividends again.
Yeah, Chris Wade does not have an answer to that jab right now. Oh, nice giant hook by Loughnane.
Blood from the nose of Chris Wade.
I think it's the switching leads and the speed of Brendan Loughnane that's got Chris Wade off balance.
I agree, Randy. It's confusing, Chris.
Inside leg kick there from Brendan Loughnane. Even when Chris Wade is switching his lead, Loughnane immediately attacks. There's another jab. The jab is on point right now for Brendan.
Yeah, every time Brendan is switching his stances, Chris stops, waits, hesitates, and switches himself.
Searching hook there from Chris Wade. Loughnane is able to move out of the power. Oh, beautiful combination. Brendan Loughnane is in the groove right now.
And he's using those feints with great effect, Sean. Yeah, that's one of Chris's best throws, that head and arm throw. Wasn't able to secure it there against Loughnane.
Tough one to pull off when you're sweaty, and these guys have both been working.
Big body shot there from Brendan Loughnane. Another jab, this time from the southpaw stance. Nice combination there from Chris Wade.
Yeah, and in contrast, we're seeing Chris more tight than we've seen him all season.
Another left hand.
It's a double pump on that jab that's getting Chris every single time.
Yeah. A feint and a good jab will go a long way, and Brendan Loughnane utilizing very, very well here against Chris Wade, who seems out of his element.
Heavy leg kick there from Chris Wade. Brendan Loughnane switches stances, but goes right back to the southpaw.
Looked like Loughnane was thought about utilizing a takedown himself.
Oh! Kick there from Brendan Loughnane. Chris Wade tries to wrestle himself out of the trouble.
Wow, what a round here for Brendan. That first round could have gone either way, but this round, Brendan certainly dictating the pace and speed of this one.
That right leg of Brendan Loughnane felt those heavy leg kicks. Starting to stumble around when he tries to plant on it.
Oh! Big left hook.
And a right hook after on the switched stance. Brendan Loughnane putting on a master class of striking from both southpaw and orthodox.
Loughnane has dealt with a lot this season. Knee injuries. Oh, nice shot there by Wade.
Loughnane tests another high kick. Wade goes right back to the leg kick. 1-2 for Brendan.
Surprised that Wade has gone away from his wrestling a little bit. I'd like to see him at least try to level change, try to hit a takedown, but pretty late in the round at this point.
He's having a hard time timing it. Normally he's so masterful because guys will come in, he'll get right underneath the strikes. Brendan Loughnane is switching stances. He doesn't know where to put his head. Oh,
exactly. That takedown changes every time he switches stance.
Oh, left from Brendan Loughnane.
This is the sharpest Brendan Loughnane that we've seen this season, and it's coming at a perfect time.
The speed is very impressive. He whips that jab out there.
Oh, nice hook kick there by Wade.
Loughnane burst back with a right hand. Final 10 seconds. Furious pace here in round number 2. But we will see a third and final. Brendan Loughnane having the round of his career potentially there. We'll keep a very close eye on the right leg of Brendan Loughnane. And this is, Randy, exactly why it's important to note the fact that Chris Wade has not been finished in a very long and successful career. Because if you can hang around and keep landing some of those leg kicks, this fight could change quickly.
Very quickly. We've seen him have knee trouble early in the season, and maybe that's why he's switching leads the way he is.
Back to work with the jab, Brendan Loughnane. Chris Wade in the green trunks now grabbing a hold, dirty boxing with the uppercuts. Good jab again. Good head movement there from Loughnane, but Wade on the way back up landed a hook.
It may very well come down to this third round. I think it does. Both men are going to have to make some adjustments here.
And you can see the adjustment already from Chris Wade. He's starting to feint the takedowns, starting to threaten with that a little bit more, which changes everything for Brendan Loughnane.
Yeah, and he did that early in the first round, and I would give that first round to Chris Wade, and that second round clearly Brendan Loughnane.
Oh, right hand, that one. Chris Wade. Chris Wade's on Silly Street, and another right for Brendan. It has thus far been impossible to put Chris Wade away. Can Brendan Loughnane do it with another right hand or two?
Chris is just so durable, so experienced, and so tough. But he definitely did a little dipsy-do after he ate that shot from Loughnane.
Loughnane doing a good job of keeping that right leg back. That's the leg, and the knee and the leg that's bothering him right now.
Wade stepping into fire, but the counter-punching from Brendan Loughnane landing.
You also got to wonder how the emotions leading up to this fight has affected Chris Wade. This is an unusual approach.
Beautiful right hand left hook.
We haven't seen as many kicks from Wade.
Dan Hardy, we've seen a lot of great work here from Brendan Loughnane. What are the keys for you?
What an amazing fight this is. For me, Brendan is trying to keep these guys in the same stance. So every time Chris Wade switches his stance, you'll see Brendan switch back. The reason he's doing that is because he's trying to keep that jab on, because he knows every time they're in the same stance, he can work that jab cross. Every time they switch to opposite, Brendan's going high with the high kick. But this is a very, very calculated approach from Brendan. He's got a beautifully high work rate, a really nice spinning back fist there, but his footwork is saving him on the ends of these combinations.
Another jab from Loughnane, and you can see the live odds swinging heavily in the favor of the Brit. Now Chris Wade with half a round left pushes Brendan Loughnane into the barrier. There's Bubba Badman Jenkins and his team watching intently. Whoever wins this bout will be his opponent for a featherweight world championship later this year. Big swing and a miss for Chris Wade. Pace slowing just a little bit here. It's been a very high output fight.
Oh!
Laid the right hand again.
Those counter shots from Loughnane just on point all night.
The speed and accuracy, very, very impressive by Brendan Loughnane.
Chris just looks a little off balance. And he's got to put together those combinations, and that really has been the difference as well. Loughnane putting together some beautiful combinations. There's a nice spinning back kick to the body of Chris Wade.
Wade's got a pretty serious contusion on his right shin from some of those left calf kicks. Those calf kicks, excuse me, from Brendan Loughnane.
Yeah, that's some serious swelling there.
One minute left in this semi-final fight. Shins clash on the kick.
Loughnane is bleeding now.
Another right hand lands. Chris Wade tries to blitz forward. Loughnane stays out of range.
Just beautiful footwork here from Loughnane. Nice 1-2 combination. And then meets the level of Wade to stop that takedown. This fight really has delivered. 30 seconds left.
High single attempt by Loughnane. He gives it up.
Final seconds here. 20 of them left. Can Chris Wade pull out what I think would have to be a miracle? I am no official commission judge, but Brendan Loughnane may be 10 seconds away from a trip to a PFL World Championship. Loughnane will pour it on the pressure, and that's the final bell. Brendan Loughnane raises his arms.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges have scored this contest 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision and progressing to the 2022 PFL World Championship, Brendan Loughnane!
No surprise there. The London crowd is very pleased with that result. Brendan Loughnane will take on that man, Bubba Jenkins, in a PFL World Championship bout later this year. And there's the Bud Light Championship moment. All right, featherweight playoff bracket, and the championship is set. It's 3 versus 4, Bubba Jenkins and Brendan Loughnane. You know what, I gotta go talk to Brendan Loughnane.
I thought this was an amazing technical display by 2 great athletes, and the adjustments made by Loughnane, keeping Chris Wade off balance, switching leads, keeping him in the lead that he wanted so he could land that jab and land those counter punches. Amazing job.
Couldn't agree more, Randy. We have our winner with Sean O'Connell. Sean. Sorry, Bo.
Brendan Loughnane, victorious, headed to a PFL championship. And I walked into this smart cage and you said, that's Brendan. That's Brendan right there. Tell me what you mean.
That guy who turned up to them 2 regular season shit fights is not Brendan Loughnane. You just seen Brendan Loughnane tonight. Yes, you did. And guess what? I'm gonna be a millionaire, lad. A millionaire.
All right, let's talk about how this fight unfolded. You started banking the calf kicks early, and then you were switching stances. It threw off his timing. It threw off his takedown attempts, and you were precise with the strikes. Did you scout that out? Was that the game plan the whole way through camp?
Listen, forget the game plan. I'm calling out the bookmakers who had me a 3-1 underdog. Everybody's rich. Everybody's rich in here. How did you not see that coming? Come on. But back to the fight. Chris Wade's a hell of a competitor. I was very scared coming into this fight, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I knew how good, how durable he is. He's never been finished in over 35 fights. I knew it was gonna be a tough night at the office, but my hard work shown. I trained my ass off. I had the best camp of my life, and that shows.
You got hit with a head kick in the first round. Shin on the neck, all of it. How much trouble were you in?
I didn't even know I did. I thought you just said I hit him. No idea, bro. Maybe I'll watch it back.
Well, if you don't remember it, it must have landed. Now we have a championship fight.
Bubba Jenkins, where you at? Bubba Jenkins, where you at?
Bubba Badman Jenkins and Brendan Loughnane. All right, so this is the matchup. Not a lot of venom, not a lot of vitriol between you two. How do you turn it on? and make sure we, all of the fans, get the fight we deserve for this featherweight championship?
He just had the performance. Let him answer.
Listen, I love this guy, bro, and that's not even an understatement. I got so much respect for him, his coach and his team, and that's from the bottom of my heart. I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna party with him tonight. I'm professionals. I've fought loads of my friends in the past. I don't care who you are. Once you lock the door, we're gonna compete and we'll be friends after. That's how it is.
Next time we see these two inside the PFL Smart Cage, there will be $1 million and a belt on the line. Bubba Jenkins, Brendan Loughnane. Tail the tape for this women's lightweight semifinal brought to you by Redcon 1. Kayla Harrison, at 32 years of age, is 1 year older than her opponent, Martina Jindrová. Both women stand 5 feet 8 inches tall. 2-inch reach advantage in the arms favoring Martina Jindrová. Kayla Harrison has 3-inch longer legs. Andy Shepard, take it away, sir.
The following contest is a women's lightweight semi-final fight. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. She is a kickboxing specialist and stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. She weighed in officially at 154 pounds and holds a professional record of 6 wins and 2 defeats. Fighting out of Prague, Czech Republic, she is the number 3 seed, Martina Jindrová. And her opponent fighting out of the red corner. She is a judo specialist and stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. She weighed in officially at 155 pounds and holds a perfect professional record of 14 victories and no defeats. Fighting out of Middletown, Ohio, she is the number 2 seed, Kayla Harrison. And your referee in charge, Mark Goddard.
Mark Goddard will oversee the main event feature. Kayla Harrison, 2-time champion in the blue, Martina Jindrová in the gray, looking to pull off a historic upset here in London. Touch of the gloves, Harrison in a southpaw stance.
Martina's showing a lot of footwork here, moving laterally, both left and right. A lot of feints.
She talked about the speed advantage she felt she had over all of Kayla Harrison's previous opponents. Could be a factor as Kayla tries to get the timing for that blast double.
Yeah, Martina went up to the mountains at high altitude in preparation for this fight. Looking very fast early on.
Short hook there from Martina Jindrová as Kayla Harrison tries to punch into range. Kayla catches a kick and muscles Martina Jindrová down to the mat. Immediately steps to side control.
Yeah, nice timing on that takedown. Goes right into side control. And this is the first. We're seeing Kayla with 2 knee wraps.
Feet off the cage like that. Toes out, please.
Oh, she's starting to tie up that arm, looking for that crucifix from side control.
Sitting out to the head of Martina Jindrová. Kayla Harrison works Martina's feet away from the barrier so the kickboxer can't kick off, create space, and try and stand up. Now all the way to north-south.
Oh, this is
just isolating that arm.
Yeah.
Jindrová did a nice job of hipping hard to take that arm away from her. Oh. Harrison looking to knee ride. Maybe climbing the mount. Extend the full mount.
There's the full pass. Legs laced in, right hand goes to work.
Ground and pound coming.
Halfway through round number 1, Kayla Harrison, full mount position on Martina Jindrová.
It's a low mount by Kayla. She's binding in, trying to keep those hips in position. Now she's climbing a high mount. This is going to be a ground and pound position for her for sure. She's very, very slick at transitioning that arm bar from here too if you extend those arms too much.
Right hand goes to work through the middle of the guard, and there's
arm triangle.
Kayla Harrison clamping down.
She's got it tight. Look for the climb off mount. If she can get this locked in, she's got it locked.
And she just squeezes from the full mount position. Jindrová taps. Kayla Harrison, first round submission. Headed to another PFL championship fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard has called a halt to this contest at 3 minutes and 17 seconds of round number 1, declaring your winner via submission with a Gatakatami and progressing to the 2022 PFL World Championship, Kayla Harrison!
And here's the Bud Light Championship moment, Kayla Harrison. There's the low kick, or side kick rather, by Jindrová, caught by Kayla Harrison, follows that through with a single leg to establish top position. And from here, it just methodically gets worse and worse for Jindrová. Here's the arm triangle. She's got it tight, she's sunk in, just waiting. And there is the tap. Beautiful performance. And here it is. She slides off to the side, gets that angle of those hips and squeezes. Gets tighter and tighter. There's the tap by Jindrová. Here's the women's lightweight bracket. Larissa Pacheco with the win over Kolesnyk to advance. Kayla Harrison with the win over Jindrová. There's your final. Sean?
All right, I'm here inside the PFL Smart Cage with victorious once again, Kayla Harrison. She was just imploring the crowd, asking, is it too much to ask for a USA chant? Are you gonna get this crowd to do a USA chant?
Hey, what's up everybody, London? Listen, you guys know a couple of things about queens, right? You got a queen over here? Yeah? Listen, I'm here to tell you that I am the queen, not of PFL, not of the 155-pound division. I am the queen of women's MMA. And if those 3 Brazilians will take off their track shoes and meet me, then you'd find out.
A lot said there. Look, one Brazilian will be standing in front of you.
Pacheco, you want to go right now, Pacheco?
It won't happen right now, but it will happen later this year. Is there anything different about the matchup with Larissa Pacheco this time around?
No. Queen K, coming through like a goddamn train. Let's go, London!
All hail the queen, Kayla Harrison. Unstoppable. We'll be back on ESPN.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighed in officially at 134 pounds and holds an undefeated record of 3 wins and no defeats. Fighting out of Haslingden, Lancashire, England, Dariusz Maffei. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall and weighed in officially at 135 pounds and also holds an undefeated record of 7 wins and no defeats. Fighting out of Malmö, Sweden, Ali Taleb. Your referee in charge, Gary Copeland.
Gary Copeland oversees the PFL Europe qualifier action, equipped with the ref cam. Ali Taleb is in the blue trunks. Dariusz Maffei out of Manchester, England in the gray. Touch of the gloves and we're underway. Sean O'Connell, Kenny Florian, Randy Couture beside the PFL Smart Cage. Semifinals are set, and now the attention turns to PFL Europe qualifying bouts. Winners of these next bouts will earn a spot in the 2023 PFL Europe season. Dariush Mafi tries the push kick high. One 0 has got to go, Kenny Florian. Both of these guys are undefeated as amateurs and pros.
Yeah, both aggressive fighters. Mafi, more of a grappler. He's going to look to try to take this fight to the ground. Taleb, very sharp striker, good footwork.
Short hook there and good timing, but a nice sprawl from Taleb on the takedown attempt from Dariush Mafi.
Nice job by Taleb to change places and not get jammed against the fence.
Oh, short knee there from Taleb. Caught Mafi on the way in, but Mafi's fine.
Work choke here, guillotine.
Got the army guillotine right in the mouth.
Very tight,
Done.
very tight. You can't tell if he's still there or not.
Gary Copeland looking close. Dariush Mafi. Dariush Mafi on autopilot here.
Oh, yeah.
Gary Copeland is going to have to defend the takedown. Submission victory for Ali Taleb.
Referee Gary Copeland calls an end to this contest at 1 minute and 58 seconds of round number 1. Declaring your winner via technical submission with guillotine choke and progressing to the 2023 PFL Europe Series, Ali Taleb.
Our Bud Light Selly celebration of the night. Look, Brendan Loughnane kept celebrating for 5 or 6 minutes. That's only a small snapshot of how much he was loving the atmosphere here at Copperbox Arena in London. All right, PFL coverage continues exclusively over on ESPN+. We'll be here at Copperbox Arena with more fights featuring fighters from 6 different European nations as they compete for spots in next year's debut season of PFL Europe. Coming up next here on ESPN, it's Little League World Series action from Williamsport. Pennsylvania versus Guaynabo, Puerto Rico, facing Managua, Nicaragua. For the entire PFL team, I'm Sean O'Connell. Good night from London, England. Join us on ESPN+.